Hello, everybody. Hello, Meteor. Hello, Soren. Hello, Flanny. How are you guys doing? Last time we got a little bit stuck as usual, trying to get everything we need before the game progresses to the trial. But we're pretty much trying to find information about Gordy, the monster. For what's her name? You know, the redhead that claimed to witness the murder when she didn't. She said she has some valuable information for us, but she needs valuable information in return. So let's hop right back into it. The trial. I hope you can get the full version soon. Okay. I guess I saved back on slot 1. Why am I here? Let's refresh our memory by looking at the clues. Also, I need to make my camera smaller. I can't say I forgot, but maybe I did a little bit. I didn't set up the streamer bot thing that I was thinking about setting up, and that's because I've had a pretty bad 3 days in a row, pretty bad weekend where I just stayed in bed the whole time. I wasn't feeling well. But part of it is, yeah, I did forget. So when I did feel better, I did not set it up. So when I pressed live, I was like, oops, I did not set up the quote thing. So yeah, choose your story. Have you bought your WinRAR license yet? She shrunk down again. No more cleavage. I wonder if we're gonna see Mia today. But we still haven't found a waterfall for Maya to summon Mia. You got spoiled to this case in the weirdest way. I wonder. We'll find out about it later, I guess. I don't remember this guy. Oh, it's Edgeworth's father. Did they actually give us a picture of him? I randomly saw a body pillow for the guilty person where the backside is them in chains. What? He's the victim. How do you not remember the victim? Oh my god. He's so scary looking. Okay. Let's see where we can go. I don't remember if we came back here to review stuff. We did. There is no slide option. Why were you looking up Ace Attorney body pillows? I wasn't, hence the random component. I'm gonna need to hear this full story after we solve the case. Damn it. What could I have possibly missed? Wait! How did I not see this? Okay, the flying air tank. So the tank and the steel samurai you were trying to fill up flew away? What happened next? Well, all that happened on the 20th or so. Right. This happened on Christmas. So the 20th, a week ago. Now, as far as I could see, the tank went flying out into the lake. So I went out every night in a boat looking for it. And I guess he just found it after the murder. Was he out on the lake on the night of the murder? Am I starting to suspect my best friend? I mean, Kianzi gave me that steel samurai after all. And when did you find it? Just the night before last. What day is it today? Is it 26? Or 27? Is he saying he found it on the night of the murder? Flew way out there. Took me 4 whole days to find it. He was there on the night of the murder. Do we have a date on this thing? I remember in the trial when we looked at this, when we presented it, it gave us information that they did not include in the evidence. And now I'm wondering about the date. But does this Gordy look like possibly an deflated samurai? I wonder. If this article is within that time period, maybe that's what the Gordy is. What kind of body pose were you looking up, Meteor? The night before last was the night of the murder. Okay, what are you hiding, Butts? Sorry for not telling you, Nick. Actually, I was here on the night of the murder. So maybe he's the one who made the call. But you see, I went home before midnight. Liar, look at his eye twitching, look at that. So you didn't know about what happened? No? That's too bad. It's not all bad. We've solved one mystery at least. A mystery? Maybe we should go tell her. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I do not believe him. Is there anything in here I can present to him to be like, no, actually you were here during the murder and you were the one who called the police? Or maybe after I talk to her, she would give me something that I can present to him. Why are there stars here? There's some kind of event. Let me take a look. What if I present this to him? No? Does he know the mother? No. Uncatch J, oh no. Are you disowning me, Fulani? What did I do? Do you think Gordy really exists? No, I think somebody probably saw something else that they just thought was Gordy. But I'll keep selling samurai dogs until the truth comes out. He doesn't tell me the date of the article. Do you know anything about this layout? No? Hatchant. Did you hear any of these sounds? No. He's very unhelpful. I think we presented this to him already, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Lotta Hart. I remember her name now. Gordy. Well, Mr. Lawyer, I've got the info you all need. Y'all got the scoop on Gordy for me yet? Gordy doesn't exist. Lotta, there is no such thing as Gordy. What? How can you all be so sure? Really, Nick? Y'all got some proof Gordy doesn't exist? The proof that Gordy doesn't exist is here. Of course I have proof. No lawyer worth his badge would make a claim without the proof to back it up. Here's the proof that Gordy doesn't exist. I am guessing it's the samurai, the steel samurai. Larry's air tank? What are you all doing with an air tank? This is Gordy. Excuse me? What exactly are you saying, Nick? There's a stand near here, a hot dog stand. There's a giant inflatable samurai doll here. Ooh, thank you for the Prime sub, Soren. I appreciate it. 31 months. Nice. Did you just realize you could not point? About a week ago, an idiot who happens to be a friend of mine tried to fill it. He used this air tank, and when the valve blew, the tank flew into the water. Apparently it made a pretty loud bang when it flew. He said this happened 4 days before the murder, so this isn't the first bang either. Right? A bang? Oh look, it does look like Gordy. The tank, along with the still deflated samurai, fell into the lake. At the same time, a couple was taking a photograph of the lake. This photo. Wait, so you're saying that Gordy is really the steel samurai? Well, that's a fine way to ruin a girl's dream. I'm sorry, Lotta. No, it's okay, you win. I'll give you your info, like I promised. Poor Lotta. Okay, so tell us this information you have. Promise is a promise, I guess. We destroyed her hopes and dreams. I overheard the cops around here saying something about the witness tomorrow. They said he's the caretaker of the boat rental place up the path here. Okay, so it wasn't Butts who made the call. Boat rental? Butts has been stealing boats every night to look for the samurai. There's someone there. I mean, it looks so deserted. Just an old guy living all by himself. Y'all should go check it out. I guess we never really tried knocking on the door. Thanks, Lara, we will. Let's get cracking, Nick. My voice is cracking, wow. Hold on. Something else? Yeah, the night of the murder. There you go. My camera clicked twice, you know. Wait, so you have another photo? Well, yeah, but there's nothing in it at all, just the lake. I figured it wouldn't be much use as evidence, so I kept it to myself. Well, it might not be helpful at all, but here, take it. 1150. Okay. Bye now, y'all. Take care. Time for me to pack up and leave. Can I take a look at it? Why can't I look at it? Poor Lara. It's all Larry's fault. The legend still lives on, I guess. The legend? Yeah, the legend of Larry, familiar to all who know him for any length of time. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Oh my god. Someone should whip that butts into shape. Okay, let's go. Where's the rental? Hey, Nick. This is the boat shop that Lara was talking about. You're right. Doesn't seem to be anyone around at all. Well, let's go check it out anyway. What is sus? How do I check it out? Oh. I see a fishing pole. My god. Meg, that you? Eek, hey, is that Keith with you? Where have you two been? I've been worried sick. Okay, so we cannot rely on this guy's vision as a witness. Nick, you handle this. I think I'll leave this one up to you, Maya. Quick, summon Mia. She'll take care of this. Meg. Yes? Finally made up your mind, have you? My mind? You'll run the pasta shop when I'm gone? Pasta? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. You heard nothing. You make your old man proud. No. Oh my god, we're gonna crush this guy's hopes and dreams too. When your kids left the house, I didn't know what to think. How am I supposed to keep this place running, an old man like me? Polly, the kids are home. Oh my god, he thinks he's home. So I don't think it's just his vision that we cannot trust. Oh my god! The parrot is his wife. Hello, hello, Squawk. Maybe that's why, what's his name didn't want to bring the witness in. What was his name? Von Karma. A parrot? And the one on that perch. Keith? Yes? I leave the wet noodle in your capable hands, Sonny. Why don't they just tell him they're not who he thinks they are? Nick? What's the wet noodle? Based on the available evidence, I'd say it's the name of this pasta shop. No way. That's a relief, isn't it, Polly? Hello, hello. Squawk. Yep. He fell asleep. So now we can steal some evidence. I guess he is relieved because we lied to him. Now he can die in peace. Let's look around before we talk to him. Look, Nick, he has an electric blanket on his table. Looks warm. That's a great idea. We should do that at the office. We can sit down with our clients, snug and warm, and drink hot cocoa. And what, talk about murders? Oh, you're party pooper, Nick. Wow, what an amazing parrot that is. Good morning. Hello. It ignored me. That will come up. What, you forgot, Meg? You gotta call her name first. Her name? Polly. How you been? Wait, so he doesn't think it's his wife? See? Neat, so the parrot's name is Polly. Ooh. Is Polly gonna repeat something she heard on the night of the murder? Too bad all she can say is hello. Old Polly can say lots of things. You just need to know the secret words. The secret words. Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly. Cute. Maya found a new friend. Looks like a kitchen unit. It's pretty clean. Funny, he doesn't look like the type who would keep things tidy like that. You're forgetting Nick. He's running a pasta shop here. Wow, he has a television in here too. Okay, that was the trash can though. What is the game implying? Look, a little safe. Oh, that's a safe. I thought it was some kind of radio. But I guess it cannot be a radio without an antenna. It's locked. Oh my god, she tried to steal from him. Oh my god, she really is a shoplifter. What the hell is this Pokemon? Okay. Wow, there's lots of various fish in Gourd Lake, aren't there? Something's funny, Nick. All these fish are saltwater fish. How does she know that? This fishing pole looks expensive. Okay. A pasta shop? Yep. To think the wet noodle will live on when I'm gone. My father started it, you know, so that makes you to the third generation. Egg. Yes? Tomorrow we'll start with the secrets of dough tossing. Dough tossing? You too, Keith. Yes? You'll be the best pasta wrangler the West has ever seen. Pasta wrangler, the West? Isn't pasta from Italy? Meg? Yes? You know the best pasta's always been made west of Rockies, don't you? Right, of course, everybody knows that. Nick? Huh? How long do we have to keep this all in the family charade? This old man must know something about the murder. We're not leaving until we find out what that is. This is a boat rental shop, right? What are you talking about? This here is the Palace of Pasta, the wet noodle. Though now that you mention it, we haven't gotten many orders for spaghetti lately. Or ever. All the kids come up and say, yo dude, we wanna ride in one of your boats. That's why I keep them boats out there. Youngsters these days, darned if I understand them. I'm pretty confused myself. Nick, this isn't going anywhere. But this old man is the witness tomorrow, right? We've got to find some way of getting information. I don't even see a phone in here. My memory's gotten worse of late. That's why I just tell everything important to old Polly here. Okay, give us the secret information. The secret words. Everything important. I wonder. Polly, what's the number to the safe? Oh my god, she's such a thief. 1228. Alright. Hey, Polly, watch it, will ya? Heh, see, Nick? All it takes is a little clever thinking. And a criminal mind. Quick, Nick, write that number down. Hey, don't get me involved in your little heist schemes. We have to try. Damn it, we didn't try it. And I guess it's not in our record, right? What could I possibly present to him? Now listen here, Keith. Remember that tricolor pasta we were talking about? Our rainbow lioli. Rainbow lioli. I figured out the last color we should use. Indigo blue. Indigo blue? That doesn't seem to work the way I thought it might. Have you seen Gordy? Okay, I guess that's his response when he doesn't have a response. Did you hear these gunshots? Let's present his parrot to him. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Maybe Gumshoe is back. You're starting to like her, that girl design. Have you seen her sister? How do I go back? Okay, maybe the detention center. Damn it, stuck again. Why can't I look at the picture? Ah, okay. She's not here. Wait a minute. Nothing new. Does the old man say something new after I learn his code? No. Hmm. I almost didn't see that signpost. Okay, it was nothing. I am running out of ideas. So if anybody has ideas on what I could be missing, feel free. I've been everywhere. I guess the one thing I didn't try is showing every single piece of evidence to the old man. That was all of them, right? I think I did the first 3, but let's double check. You would think after getting the code for the safe, the next step would be to try the code. But it didn't let me do that. Hmm. I'm gonna try showing the empty photo to Butts. I guess I did. What do I do? I only have 2 people left to talk to, and I presented everything to them. And I examined everything in every single place that I can go to. Oh, I didn't mean to press it again. I'm sorry, Maya. You're the only other person that I haven't talked to. I'm gonna show you every single one of them. Waste your time. I did show everything to Butts, right? Why can't I see anybody in the detention center? Hmm. I guess let's try talking to Butts again. I think maybe I didn't show him every single piece of evidence. Okay. I guess I have no choice but to look it up. Hopefully I don't get any spoilers though. Okay. I know what we did not show him. Oops, I accidentally moved the game on OBS. Why is it not locked? I need to remember that my badge isn't useless. I'm actually not Keith. I am an attorney. Wake up. Is that a lawyer's badge? I'm surprised he knows what it is. I don't believe it. This old guy is the first person to recognize my badge. I get it. Huh? I got you figured out now. You're not Keith. Okay, at least we're not lying to him anymore. Nick, now's our chance to clear things up. Sir? No, I'm not Keith. And I'm not Meg either. We're here investigating a murder that took place on this lake the other night. Please help us. A lawyer, huh? Please, mister. Alright, I'll help. Not Keith Neeran. But on one condition. What's that? When this case is over and done, you'll run the wet noodle. How vile are we in our lies? To be honest, we have enough free time on our hands to run a noodle shop on the side. So maybe I'm not lying. Maybe I will run this noodle shop to supplement my lawyerly business. Ah, damn it. Let's save. I need to know the response to the lie. We promise. Nick, are you sure about this? Hey, anything to get this case solved. Also, who wouldn't want to eat Phoenix noodles? He's gonna change the name. I guess so. So I guess he's serious if he's already thinking about a name. That's my boy. Good for you, Keith. I'm not Keith. Didn't I just say... You too, Meg. Yes? You bring a tear to your old man's eye, you know. Now, what was that you wanted to know? Speak up, Polly. Hello, hello. How do we get him to talk to us? Okay, let's try this again, and this time not lie. What? You won't be needing that badge to run a pasta shop. Toss it. I think I'll hold on to it if you don't mind. Did we mess up? There's no way this is a soft lock, is it? Let's try presenting evidence again. I wish it wasn't so long to get through all of them. Polly, here's my only friend in the world. Isn't that right, Polly? Hello? That didn't help. He fell asleep. You know about Gordy? Nope. I've seen this. You know something about this, sir? Keith. Yes? It's okay, you can call me Dad. Dad, you know something about this? Yep, the other night out on the lake. Yes, yes. I know all about that. I've seen it. What? Tell us what you saw. Well, I suppose, since you're taking over the shop and all, okay, we got it, even though we lied. I forgot the time, but it was pretty dark outside, probably night. It was after midnight, but okay. Then I heard this bang, so I looked outside. Then I heard another one, bang. A little while later, this boat comes back. Then a young man walked by my window here. He was muttering something to himself. What did he say? I forgot. I'll remember tomorrow by court time, promise. We need to know earlier than that. You know what? Little Terry was just here. Terry? That kid next door. You always used to make him cry, remember? Is he talking about butts? He was wearing his tattered old coat and got himself some whiskers growing out his face. Or is he not talking about Larry? The only one with whiskers is this old man. But if somebody is trying to frame Edgeworth, they wouldn't have whiskers on. They would shave them. I mean, this guy has whiskers too. Did he see his own reflection? Oh, Gumshoe? Gumshoe doesn't have whiskers, or what does he mean by whiskers? He comes up and tells me to come down to court tomorrow. Really? Somehow I don't think we're going to get much useful information from this guy. Maya, maybe we should be leaving. I think you're right. Wait, I had one more question. Huh? Polly, have we forgotten something? Don't forget the L6. Okay, maybe I should present the L6 to him. What did she just say, Nick? One more time, Polly? Don't forget DL6. The DL6 incident. Hey, Dad. This is getting weird. Who is this old guy? Is it possibly Grossberg? He's the only one with whiskers. We left! Hey, come on, I had more questions. Why would that bird Polly know about DL6? We have to figure out who that old man is. Oh, sorry, I'm sleepy. What? He locked the door from the other side. Why did we leave? I think I need to do a little more research on this DL6 incident. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe. Before I go to Gumshoe, I want to take a quick look at Grossberg. It's no longer on the list. Hey pal, long time no see. You don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. Yeah? You know the boat rental shop at the Gourd Lake? Oh yeah. The old man who runs it is appearing as a witness in court tomorrow, right? Huh? How do you... That was supposed to be a top secret. Do you know who that old man is, Detective? Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Laura Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Sounds suspicious. Detective Gumshoe, please help us. Huh? We need to know about the DL6 incident. That was when Edgeworth's father died. I can't help but think that it has something to do with this current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file. So I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? However, if you can convince me somehow that DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I would consider opening the file up. Okay, this is when Polly comes in, I guess. But we didn't take her out with us, did we? We just stole a man's parrot? Or do we just recite what she said? We did steal her. What's that, a parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about that incident. That incident? DL6. What? Polly, have you forgotten something? Have we forgotten something? Don't forget DL6. I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would that old man know about the DL6 incident? Wait, what if? What if that old man was connected to DL6? Nick, you think he might be? I get ya. Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Through there is the station's record room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. Yes! Alright, way to go, Detective Gumshoe. Okay, Nick, to the records room. I guess it's time we faced Edgeworth past. Wow. It's amazing. Amazingly dusty. She prefers the detention center. Because it's clean. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff quick. 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. Because of DL6? Nick, I found out where the file is. Oh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. Oh, I meant to examine. This cabinet is where they keep evidence for current cases. Some of the things are obviously murder weapons, others are who knows what. Most of it just looks like random junk. Nick, what do you think this clothespin is for? Clothespin. Don't touch that, it's evidence. Looks like there are files inside the glass case. The case is so dusty I can't see what's inside. Nick, it's locked. They must keep important case files in there. So I guess the DL6 wasn't important because it was not locked. There are shelves stuffed with case files in the back of the room too. Forgotten cases rotting away for eternity. Nick, let's get what we need and get out of here. All this dust is getting to me. Here are files of collected case reports. There's quite a large volume of reports here. Wow, these are all case reports? Yeah, it's like a graveyard of police cases. I guess my sister's case report is in here too, quietly gathering dust. Okay. Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts, like a summary. Right. Summary. Here you go. December 28, 2001. So we're playing in 2016? Okay, coincidence. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we're holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all of the lights went out. What? How huge was that earthquake? Wow, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. Oh my god. Was Edgeworth stuck with his dad's dead body for 5 hours? Or was he still alive there and then after they got rescued he was killed? It's like one way or the other, you're gonna die today. That would be scary like that in the dark. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator, and the survivors were unconscious. The survivors? One of the three in the elevator had been shot in the heart. I wouldn't call that a survivor, first of all, but it does not shed any light on when he was killed. Was it before or after the rescue? That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? He said his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edgeworth was the one of the other passengers in the elevator. Damn it, so he possibly did stay 5 hours with his dead dad. But who is the third passenger? And did he do anything to calm down the little kid or not? Do you have data on the victim, Edgeworth's father? Yes, hold on. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he were here still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father. From the angle of the bullet and the other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. But this looks like it was shot through the elevator door. The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Wouldn't it be funny if it's the same murder weapon of this case? Sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? But no, if that was the case, then the total bullets would be 4. Got any data on the suspect? That would be the guy that my mom got arrested. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court, apparently. So he must have been the third person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Was he really brain damaged or was he faking it? Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? He may be closer than you think. And with that, Edgeworth knows for certain who the murderer is because he witnessed it and he was with this guy for 5 hours. He would never forget that. Brain damage or no. I guess I generally know what happened in DL6 now. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get it out. You're right. What? It was just 3 little things. We can take them all. Don't make me choose what to bring to court. How about we just take what we think we'll need? Oh, they didn't. Okay. I guess they only took what we looked at. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now, all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I think he should have looked at the evidence of the murder weapon. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. December 27, 10 a.m. District Court, Court number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Wait, if this is 2016, a digital camera wouldn't be so unknown technology. Unless I guess the authors were not really thinking it would be that popular by then. They wrote this story way in advance. I don't know. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement? No opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. What? Please don't put me on a timer. Order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. Is that mysterious boat shop owner? Witness, state your profession. I am the proprietor of the restaurant Wet Noodle at Cord Lake. Wait. Maybe this is the... Maybe this is the murderer that killed Edgeworth's father. Maybe a... No. Never mind. I was like... Maybe at some point he did have a wet noodle shop, and then during the brain damage, he couldn't make any more memories. And he told the parrot to remind him of the DL6 to make sure, you know, that... but no, it doesn't make sense because he was a court clerk. So it wasn't him. Maybe. I also run boats. rent boats. He very conveniently did not ask him for his name either. Von Karma is hiding something very important. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this guy is. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. No way. Wouldn't the court records require to know the name of the witness? Or maybe it's not required. Aren't there people like testify anonymously to protect themselves? I don't know. But this is definitely not that case. The witness will state his name. Thank you, Judge. Not really sure. What do you mean? My memory... Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. He cannot recall his own name. Doesn't he have an ID or something? He can't recall, you say? But the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear this testimony then, shall we? The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. That would make it the 25th though. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat, just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well, I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. No need for cross-examination. Bullshit, he didn't even say who the man was. There are only 10 seconds left before the 3 minutes are up. Who said you can set a time limit on this? Your verdict now, Judge. Mr. Wright? Cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Karma is new for me? Are you slacking off on watching the pods? Very well. You may begin. Do you know who we're defending, Soren? Hint. Is somebody I'm simping for right now. No, it's not the girl. You're way behind on the pods. We already freed the girl. I'm not gonna spoil who we also freed. But right now we are defending Edgeworth himself, our nemesis. Sad. What the fuck? Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. I wish he had a heart attack instead of just faking looking like he was having a heart attack. Let's make this same objection as last time. That it would be the 25th after midnight. Just after midnight, you say? Also, the first bang actually was at 11:50, so it was before midnight. So maybe we can present that as evidence. Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did. You see, continue. I'm not gonna present it yet. I'm gonna wait until we see what he says about the man, because I'm afraid if I present something, they're gonna move on with the testimony to something else. What about your wet noodle business? Is there anyone who can verify that? Oh, that's a good question too. Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Don't say that, Phoenix. We're gonna need Polly later. She needs to be good enough for the court of law. Exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith? Objection. The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Concedes? Means like they're giving up, right? So he doesn't want the judge to ask who Keith is. He's willing to give this up. Is it possible that Keith was the clerk? Please continue. I don't think there's any reason to press on this one. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there. But you couldn't see them clearly. At the time, that is. That is weird. So you heard 2 gunshots total? Yep. That's what Lara said in her testimony yesterday. By your window. He didn't ask about the man. Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. The man who was the defendant, he was saying, I can't believe he's dead. That's the mumbling that he couldn't remember just yesterday when we were questioning him. But shouldn't that be like, well, he didn't kill him? If I know Von Karma, he spent time preparing his witness. I'm not going to find contradictions very easily in this testimony. Is tough being a lawyer. Where is the... Oh. What? Okay, this is the photo. I thought it would be further back. No, that was wrong? Okay, time to start saving. We might be dying. I was very confident this one would work. Did I use the wrong photo? No, it's 11:50. Let's press on this one because we didn't last time. Where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good, continue. This is weird. Lara also heard the gunshots after midnight. So why was there a picture at 11:50? What can I present? No, I wanted to go back. Wait, did I accidentally press the correct key? Damn it. That's certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by too. Are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him. That Edgeworth boy. Oh my god, we killed him. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into a cross-examination so he could me up for a fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going there. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick, or this trial will be over. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. I forgot what I wanted to go back in the conversation to do. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize this is basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Do we have evidence? Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? I think the evidence would be this photo. Either that or... Why do we not have a photo, 2 photos after midnight? So it could be the camera too. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. Wait, did we lose? This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. Can I object? I lost? The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. We lost! We didn't lose. Who was that just now? Me. Huh? No way! Larry! Coming to save his friend. What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot. Maybe he heard the 10:50 gunshot. Now it all adds up. We have the 3 gunshots. And he did say he left before midnight. And the other witnesses heard the other 2 after midnight. But why isn't there 3 pictures? Yeah, I did, a gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. The judge wants an undo. You've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's giving us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. Doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Undo. Undo. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. I have the right to undo. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. All right. The smelly butt is back for the rescue. December 27, 10:28 a.m. Well, that was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night. Yeah? Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Maybe he recognizes that man. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfect. Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. Thus, the secret to his success. And now we have the most perfectly imperfect witness that was completely not prepared for. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now. Alright. 10:35 a.m. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. He didn't even mention what contradiction he found with the other witness. I'm gonna save because it seems like our HP bar is still the same before the recess. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't even know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? It was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By the time everyone had gone home for the night, so I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak, to steal the boat. And why were you out on a boat on such a late hour? I was looking for something and I found it. Elaborate. Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. What makes you think that? Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. When? When did you do that? Well, let's see. It was... I figure I was out searching for about an hour. Around 12. That's not good enough. But... You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Well, Mr. Butts, Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. That's just the most important part of the case. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. I'm wondering where in his testimony I should be presenting this. Let's try it right here. No. Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard one bang, you're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Laura Hart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard two gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you got to treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts, what? You only heard one gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. No, we needed him to be sure about this. Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, order, and stop that booing. They're booing him. Mr. Butts. You were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Carmel, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Yes. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Why am I begging? Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include the details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if I were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all requests show on the radio, see? I wonder if that could give us some verification on the time that he left and the time that he heard the gunshots. I was listening to it real booming loud, like... But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Can you say what he was saying, bro? You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from a radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe his testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ? And no, sir, the judge doesn't know what a DJ is? He's more uncultured than me. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I would like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm counting on this charade. Okay. So you turned on the radio? Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know. You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve alone. I shouldn't have said anything. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you are listening to? And this has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. No, why is that sustained? It could give us a clue on the timing. The witness was listening to the radio, that is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? Bullshit. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on? Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard the gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. No, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? What was he saying? What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said... What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. Your Honor, of course we should. They're spending more time debating if we should be asking a question. Like, oh, we want to save time, but we could have gotten the answer already. How do you know? What? That's my retort? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshots, so it was before midnight. So that was the 10:50 picture. This is the most ludicrous testimony I have ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press on it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Do I just press or do I present the photo? Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. I would not forget it. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. Okay, maybe I need to present the photo. Or maybe I should present this one again, where it says it's after midnight. Larry, wait, I actually got it right. Are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas, when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes? But that contradicts the two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was clearly Christmas. It was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him, suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? This is when we present the photo. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was gunshot before midnight. Easy. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Laura Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24, 10:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. I think I know what happened. It was the same murder weapon as Edgeworth's father. There were 2 shots fired back then, and then 1 shot fired before midnight to get that bullet to place it in the body. And then when he was murdered, it was somebody off the boat who planted the gun there for Edgeworth to pick up, to frame him. So that's consistent with the gun firing 3 times in total. And so we actually do not have the real murder weapon. And the bullet was placed after the boat was returned to the rental shop, which means possibly our nameless witness. Our nameless witness maybe planted it there and removed the actual bullet that killed him. Maybe the first bullet missed. That's what I'm assuming, but it still doesn't explain why we don't have a 3rd picture. Unless he was smart enough to go and take that picture out, but didn't realize there were 2? No, that wouldn't make any sense. This game is so entertaining. Yeah, you should try it. And if you want to try it, maybe don't get it spoiled by me. Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? No, not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. No, we know the sneeze wouldn't work. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man, clear. And he was so far away from the camera, I don't think the camera would have heard the sneeze. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Why can't I? Weird, it wasn't responding to the A button. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Wait, the controller is not working, why? I don't want to play this with the keyboard. Okay, now it's working. Why did that happen? Maybe this would be our evidence that it was shot 3 times? This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 10:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya? Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say something that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. So it couldn't have been somebody further away sniping off of the lake. Maybe my theory was incorrect. Let's see. Let's roll with Phoenix and see what he says. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Let's save. Because I don't want to repeat all this if we game over. But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. But Edgeworth was there and he saw the man fall in front of him. And there was nobody there at 10:50. What is Phoenix getting at? What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 12:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. He was killed 25 minutes before that. There's no way Edgeworth couldn't tell he was talking to maybe a propped up dead body. What the hell is going on here? Unless they found somebody willing to cooperate in being his double, Hammond's, or what's his name? Yeah, Hammond's double, and pretend to die there. That seems a lot more far-fetched of a theory. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. Is it possible to manipulate the timestamp of the camera? I mean, if somebody is gonna be pretending to be dying and falling in the lake, it would definitely be the murderer. But would Edgeworth really forget the face of Hammond? I think this is the more likely option. Hammond was already dead, so Hammond cannot be there on the 12:15 shot. And if we claim that the timestamp was manipulated, then our 10:50 is in question too. So let's go with Edgeworth and the murderer. It was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, so there was no swapping of bullets, but he pretended to be Hammond. And I guess he fired a warning shot at Edgeworth or something to get that picture. And that has to be a different gun because he needed to fall out of... No, wait, that makes no sense. Because the one that fell out into the water wasn't the one holding the gun, right? Ah, nothing makes sense. Okay, explain it to me, Phoenix. He assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Okay, then explain the picture. Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. How could he forget his face? Right, Hammond is the defense lawyer, but how could he forget his face? I feel like he would be obsessed on keeping up with everything that he's been doing after setting free the murderer of his father. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. It is... Why? I should know his name. Phoenix, what's up? Good luck figuring this one out. It's really spinning my head. I feel like the yogi name should be in here. But I'm gonna go with I don't know because I don't think these two are... Either one of these is the murderer. I won't spoil for once in my life. Thank you, I actually really appreciate that. Let's go with I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. So maybe I was right, maybe it was the old man. I spent a few real-life days stuck on that case. I was stuck a few times too. But the Von Karma's pride at the end is so funny. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. So I guess Phoenix at this point maybe didn't make the connection that Yogi is the caretaker. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Is the sprite when he's hitting his head against the wall? If you've seen it. I don't think I've seen it, but I've seen one where he almost looked like he was having a heart attack. Okay, I think the scene of the crime is probably here, but I don't know if it needs to be very specific. Maybe in the shack itself, because it was suspiciously clean, apparently. Well, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Harry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it, and returns the boat. Then, just as he starts to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time, because he was very close to it. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. So, is the caretaker faking his incompetence or his memory loss, or what's going on? Because this takes a lot of brain power to pull off, I think. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really, but I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might be able to figure this out. In the movie, the shop was a dump? There's a movie. Maybe I should look into that after I'm done with the game. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. I guess the coat didn't get bloody at all. He became Robert Hammond. And then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went into the middle of the lake. I feel like one thing that this game keeps missing, I guess, is how hard it is to clean blood out of clothing. Or how much it spreads. Then he got into the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? It's to make the total 3. I think. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness, Your Honor. Maybe it would be a tighter testimony if it's like too Gunshots, I don't know. Create a witness. The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That would give us the picture. Oh, so he makes them look that way. Maybe he's not aware of the camera at all, and the camera actually is working against him. That ensures anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first shot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. So it wasn't the same murder weapon from the previous 15-year-old case. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. I still wonder where the last picture is. The boat shop caretaker, swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker quickly. You better say your name this time. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to meet him. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I asked you that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. He bailed. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Gumshoe, please. Catch him, Gumshoe. Save us again. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. December 27, 1:22 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2. Yay, Nick. You did it. Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on a trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a bit. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. Edgeworth Tsundere. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Tell me. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. Nightmare? A memory of a crime that I committed. Crime you committed. A memory of a murder. Damn it, what a cliffhanger. I was like, I should end the stream right after this, so we don't get stuck for another hour or two. We will take a quick peek. We will see what he has to say, and then we'll find a good spot to end. We're not gonna do the whole investigation. 2:11 p.m. Well, he didn't tell me. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. Of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had them swooning in the aisles. They were booing you, bro. How, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me, yeah? Bow before your hero. Okay, let's talk to him. Today's trial. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you too until the end. Us two? His friends! Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? No, I'm talking about Mr. Butts. He means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Okay, I feel a moment of history is coming up. Enough with the silent treatment. He didn't reveal it. Damn it, the game keeps teasing us with the history like that. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait. Was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. We're getting the story. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense lawyer, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kinda forgot. Oh, damn it. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry, spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh? I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we had held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. Oh my god. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you. Thief, give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one plays with him. Just admit it. You can't hide the truth. This is too fast. You shouldn't be allowed in relay race. Blah blah blah. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I've done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I kind of can relate to Phoenix there. It is kind of really traumatizing for a kid to be accused of lying when they're actually telling the truth. Because it happened to me when I was a kid, and it's one of the worst memories I have of my childhood. And it wasn't something like thievery or anything. We had this test, and during the test I had to change pens because my pen ran out of ink. And I had left one answer unanswered. It wasn't multiple choice with pencils like you do in the United States. That was something new for us. But back then we would answer with a pen on like in a written format kind of thing. So I left one question blank because I was like, I don't know the answer to it. And then my pen ran out. And then at the end of the test, while I still had more time, I went back and I put an answer in there with the second pen that was clearly different from everything around it. But the teacher marked it wrong. She said that I put the answer in after she graded it. And she was like, look, I can see this is different ink. And she was accusing me of being a liar in front of the whole class. And I was crying exactly like him right there. So there was no trial for me, though. I didn't have an Edgeworth to defend me. Sniff. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I've done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? It wasn't you who stole the money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. Did he find some evidence, though? But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. No way. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say, oh, why don't you all just shut up? Larry. This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Was he testifying there too? Did Edgeworth have to sift through his unique testimony? Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. Oh, there was no proof. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Okay, after the trial. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked up after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. And then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right, I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Who wrote that article? Do they have something against Edgeworth? But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why you became a defense attorney to meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Did they say when the article happened? Like, did he actually have enough time to go to law school to do this? I mean, Edgeworth is like 24 years old if I remember correctly. Unless he was like already in law school and after the article he decided which path to take. He's in pain and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes? I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. Maya, best girl. Damn it, I don't think you've seen Mia. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I would settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. What evidence did we lose? I guess we still have a use for the metal detector. Should I go look at Edgeworth really quick before I end the stream? Let's do it. And then I end the stream for real. December 27, Detention Center Visitor's Room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about that class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, alright, yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Nick was the one who got traumatized there. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you would do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple, to a fault even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you've changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Why prosecute? Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. The defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence, innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court and his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it is nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now is no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, his statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow, could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory, never. Poor Edgeworth. Could I be so brutal that I show him a photograph of his dead father? We'll see what he says about the parrot. Kind of don't want to do this, but what if this gives us some information if I show it to him? Nick, no! Oh my god. That's a photo of his father. Don't show him that. You're right. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. Never mind, the game stopped me. The game is like, you're so much of an asshole. We're not gonna let you do that. Where is it? Nothing. Huh? Okay. I think I'll end the game here. I'll be back tomorrow to at least investigate further. I don't think we will have enough time to solve the case. Or I don't know, maybe. And then Wednesday, gonna have a collab with Soren. It's not gonna start at the usual time because he's not home yet at that time. Whenever he comes home and is ready to stream, we will start the stream. We don't know what it is, what game it is gonna be yet, or if it's just gonna be art or something, but we do have 2 games in mind that we could play. And I guess you can give credit to Meteor for both of them somehow, because the first one was like an epic game that's free, and the only reason I remember to check those is because Meteor posts them on his Discord. And the other one was actually a suggestion that he put in my Discord that is currently on sale, and we were like, yeah, let's grab it and we'll see. But we haven't tested them yet. We haven't seen like if we can actually stream them, or if it's possible to play multiplayer without too much hiccups. So we'll see. And then Thursday is gonna be the ukuleles. I'm gonna be taking a break from art for a while because I'm very burnt out. So no art next week or this week. Probably next week either. Probably until I finish ukulele. We'll see how long Soren wants to collab. But yeah, take care everybody. Appreciate you for being here, and I will see you around. Have a good rest of your week. Bye bye.